Our world is getting darker and darker, and technology is taking over our lives, and the pride of life is just taking over. And it seems like the dark side is just being illuminated, while us believers are getting more quieter about telling people about Jesus. I honestly feel like there is a disconnect between the pulpit and the pews. I feel like the preachers are doing their part. They are preaching the word of God. But as believers, we're supposed to take this word, apply it to our life, and bear fruit to show that there is indeed a reality in Christian living. I say it like this. I say it like a skeletal system. I feel like when preachers are delivering the word, they are building foundation. They are building up a structure like a skeleton. And as believers, we are supposed to bring the meat to this skeleton through our testimonies. We are supposed to give life to this skeleton with our testimonies. And I feel like many Christians leave the faith because they face challenges and they deal with situations on their own because they don't know how to deal with these situations. So we believers should be able to live the word and to produce fruit, and then use our testimonies to talk about things that are not normally talked about on the pulpit. Because when the man of God or the woman of God gets to the pulpit, they just preach the word of God. But there is so much that goes on with Christianity. There are so many things that the preachers don't specifically address. Things like suffering, things like the sanctification process, things like hearing the voice of God for yourself. So I feel like as believers, we have to talk about these things in our individual podcasts or in our like sections, in our communities, in order to tell people about these things. Because if someone is suffering in their own home by themselves and they've never heard anyone talking about suffering as a believer, they're going to feel like God abandoned them because they don't know that it comes with the territory. So that is why I was saying that I feel like there's a disconnect between the pulpit and the pews, because the pulpit is doing its thing. The message is being preached. We are supposed to put this message into practice and to bear fruit, and also to talk about these things that we are experiencing after walking with God, so that we normalize talking about suffering. We normalize talking about tithing and not being blessed. We normalize talking about giving and not getting any rewards.